Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more intriguing insights. Ever pondered who truly pulls the strings behind the world stage? This is not a question that arises in everyday chit-chat. However, the answer lies deep within the intricate layers of our societal structure, in the hands of a select few families. These families, over centuries, have managed to weave an intricate web of influence, power, and wealth, securing their positions in the most pivotal spaces of the world. Money, power, and influence are sought-after commodities. They require time, effort, and a fair share of strategic maneuvering to acquire. But for some, they are a birthright, a legacy passed down through generations. These are families who are not just wealthy but incredibly powerful. They've not just won the economic game, they've set the rules. They've used their wealth and influence to shape society subtly to their whims, placing themselves in positions that allow them to manipulate the world stage from behind the curtain. Their reach and influence are so widespread that it's hard to imagine a major global event where they haven't played a part. These families, often cloaked in mystery, are the subjects of numerous conspiracy theories that range from plausible to downright outrageous. Their influence is undeniable. They have managed to accumulate such immense wealth that they can loan money to entire nations, alter the course of wars, and shape the world economy. One such family that has left an indelible mark on the world stage, the Rothschild family. A name that echoes through the annals of history and reverberates in the chambers of theories. An international banking and finance dynasty with an estimated combined net worth of $400 billion. But who are the Rothschilds, really? Just incredibly rich people, or is there more to their story? Let's dive into the world of these families, starting with a name that echoes through conspiracy theories: the Rothschilds. This journey will reveal the power behind the thrones and uncover the intricate web of influence that dictates the course of our world. The Rothschilds, an international banking and finance dynasty. But who really are they? Born from the humble beginnings of Mayer Amschel Rothschild, a German Jewish banker, they've grown into a family synonymous with wealth and power. Picture this. The late 18th century, a simple coin trader from the Frankfurt Jewish ghetto, Mayer Rothschild, rises through the ranks of European finance. His astute grasp of the financial markets and a knack for making savvy investments quickly catches the attention of the nobility. Now, this isn't a tale of overnight success, but rather, it's a story of strategic moves, calculated risks, and the occasional stroke of good fortune. Mayer Rothschild, with his financial acumen, positions his 5 sons in the leading financial capitals of Europe. The Rothschilds adapt to the Industrial Revolution, seizing opportunities for economic growth throughout Europe. They establish a near monopoly in the world trade of commodities like oil and metals. But the Rothschilds didn't just cater to the wealthy elite. Their clientele included entire countries. They loaned billions to governments and at one point even supplied enough coin to the Bank of England to avert a market crisis. They were quite literally the lenders of last resort for nations in distress. Conspiracy theories abound with the Rothschilds at the center, from controlling the world's central banks to manipulating global events. But let's put the tinfoil hats aside for a moment. While these theories make for interesting tales, they often overshadow the true story of the Rothschilds. A story of perseverance, strategic brilliance, and an uncanny knack for staying ahead of the curve. Today, the Rothschilds prefer a low-key approach. They've stepped away from the limelight, focusing on philanthropy, art patronage, and sustaining their centuries-old legacy. But their influence in international finance remains undeniable. While the Rothschilds have taken a more low-key approach today, their influence remains a testament to their enduring power. From bankers to royalty, our journey takes us to the Windsor family, a name synonymous with British monarchy. The Windsors, a lineage that dates back to the early 20th century, have been a beacon of British identity, representing the country on a global stage and playing a crucial role in shaping its history. The family's roots are deeply intertwined with that of Europe's other royal families. Their influence has been felt far and wide, from the political decisions made behind the grand doors of Buckingham Palace to the cultural impact they have had across the globe. The Windsors have been instrumental in fostering relations with other nations, their royal tours often serving as diplomatic missions, but their influence is not confined to politics alone. The Windsors have become cultural icons, their lives, loves, and losses documented and dissected by the international media. Their fashion choices have become trends, their charitable causes have gained global attention, and their personal struggles have sparked important conversations about mental health and the pressures of royal life. The latest generation of Windsors have not just inherited a royal title, but a fortune too. Prince William and Kate Middleton's children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, are set to inherit a substantial wealth that not only ensures their financial security, but also amplifies their global influence. They may be young, but their influence is already being felt. Their every move watched and analyzed by millions around the world. Yet, despite their wealth and influence, the Windsors have also faced their share of trials and tribulations. From public scrutiny to personal crises, they've had to navigate the choppy waters of royal life under the unblinking eye of the public. But through it all, they have remained a symbol of continuity and tradition in an ever-changing world. The Windsors, a family that has shaped Britain and the world in many ways, but they are not alone in their influence. Moving away from the public eye, we find families who exert their power from the shadows, these silent puppet masters, while not household names like the Rothschilds or the Windsors, hold sway over global events in ways that are truly profound. Consider the Koch family. Now, you might know them as industrial magnates, but their real influence lies in their political machinations. With their vast wealth, they've funded think tanks, backed political candidates, and lobbied for policies that align with their business interests. Their reach extends far beyond the smokestacks of their factories into the very halls of power. Then, there are the tech giants. The Bezos family, for instance, may not have a centuries-old legacy, but they have quickly become a force to be reckoned with. Through Amazon, Jeff Bezos has redefined commerce, and his ownership of the Washington Post gives him a significant voice in the media landscape. The influence of Bezos extends to space exploration, climate change, and even education, with his funding of various initiatives. Or take the Waltons, heirs to the Walmart empire. Their wealth is immense, but it's their influence over the American and global economy that truly sets them apart. They've shaped consumer habits, labor practices, and even urban development. There are also political dynasties to consider. The Bush family in the United States, for example, has provided 2 presidents and numerous other public officials. Their influence on American policy, both foreign and domestic, is undeniable. These families may not have the public recognition of the Rothschilds or the Windsors, but their power is no less significant. They operate behind the scenes, quietly shaping the world to their vision. Through their wealth, their businesses, and their political influence, they touch every aspect of our lives, often without us even realizing it. These silent puppet masters continue to shape the world, their influence reaching into every corner of society. From the public to the private, these families have one thing in common: a legacy of power. A legacy that is not just founded on immense wealth, but also an intricate web of influence and control. The Rothschilds and the Windsors, one hidden behind the mechanisms of finance, the other standing in the full glare of the public eye, have come to embody the concept of power passed down through generations. The Rothschilds, an international banking and finance dynasty, rose to international prominence in the early 18th century. With each succeeding generation, they further cemented their position, gaining an oligopolistic position in global trade, a feat that is no small measure of their influence. They have been known to lend money to entire nations, showing the extent of their financial prowess. The Windsors, on the other hand, have their roots in the monarchy, with family branches that have stretched all across Europe. Their influence is not just limited to their own country, but quite literally stretches the entire globe. Even today, the latest generation of British royalty continues to enjoy a life of unparalleled luxury. These families have not only shaped the course of history, but continue to influence the future. They have been a part of significant historical events, and their decisions have had global implications. Their power is not just in their wealth, but also lies in their ability to influence policy, public opinion, and even the course of nations. These families are a testament to the power of family legacy. They show us that power is not just about wealth or influence, but also about the ability to shape and control the world around us. Their story is a testament to how power can be passed down through generations, creating a legacy that continues to rule the world. Whether in the spotlight or shadows, these families continue to rule the world, their influence echoing through history and into the future. Having looked at the power of family legacy, one might wonder, can I create a legacy of my own? The answer is a resounding yes. You may not have the wealth of the Rothschilds or the royal blood of the Windsors, but you have the capacity to build your own legacy. It starts with a vision, a purpose, larger than oneself. The next step is action, taking consistent steps towards that vision. It might be starting a business, a nonprofit, or a movement. It could be as simple as being the best in your field, or as grand as changing the world. What matters is that it's something you're passionate about, something that drives you. And remember, legacy is not just about wealth or power, it's about influence, how you touch the lives of others. It's about the values you pass down to the next generation. It's about the mark you leave on the world. So, what will your legacy be? How will you influence the course of history? It's up to you to decide. Whether it's the Rothschilds, the Windsors, or you, the power to create a lasting legacy lies within each of us. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of powerful families and their lasting legacies, please like, comment, and share. Your interaction helps us reach more people and continue to create content like this. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications on our latest uploads. Together, we can create a community that learns, grows, and leaves its own legacy. Thank you for watching.